గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ కృష్ణ. నా వీడియో బ్లాక్ చేసినట్టు చూడు. నేను వేరే ఫోన్ నుంచి చేస్తున్నాను. జైన్ గెలాక్సీ శాంసంగ్ అన్నట్టు. ఇట్స్ ఓకే. కృష్ణ, కృష్ణ.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
ఒకసారి జస్ట్ చెక్ వర్ ద పీపీటీ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈజ్ రెడీ.
Sir, Parmanand sir has told that there is no PPT. It is the
Okay.
oral
Okay.
oral presentation, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir is already there in the line, and sharp 10 wheels, 11 will start.
Okay, sir.
Parmanandji, please check whether Mukesh has joined.
Yes, sir. He joined, sir. I recently talked with him.
Okay.
He is online, sir.
Okay, thank you.
YouTube link is working.
The stream has been started, sir.
All right.
Hello, Mr. Mukesh. Hello. Hello, Mukesh ji.
Hello.
Please mute all except host. Please mute all.
Hello.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Mukesh ji, you are audible.
Okay.
But your voice is very low.
No, it is correct.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah, it's okay now.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Oh.
okay.
Please mute your phones, please.
No, start થયું છે આમાં. Okay. અવાજ નહીં આવતો? સર, એ લોકો બોલી નથી રહી.
Please mute all.
એટલે અનમ્યુટ કરી દેવાનું ભૂલી જવાનું.
Morning, GK garu.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. Permanent, go ahead.
Sir. Okay, sir. A very good morning to everyone. We are again among you with one more interesting topic, that is gap analysis of revised Schedule M. And as we all know that this topic is most demandable at this time, I, Dr. Parmanand Verma, Chairman of Webinar Wing, welcome National President Mr. G. Koteswar Rao sir and all others present here. I heartily welcome our respected speaker, Mr. Chandrashekhar R sir, the Joint Drugs Controller India CDSCO. And to introduce the speaker, I invite Mr. G. Koteswar Rao sir. Sir, please, over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Good morning to all. A warm welcome to Sri R. Chandrashekhar garu, Joint Drug Controller India. Dear friends, today topic is actually it is something related to revised Schedule M. As we have had so many workshops and webinars and etc. on revised Schedule M, now the topic is called gap analysis. First of all, for few days I am also confused what is gap analysis, and because of the demand from the industry, I gone through everything, and I recently conducted a workshop in Hyderabad with the help of Sri Dr. A. Ramkishan sir, Deputy Drug Controller of India, CDSCO Hyderabad. Even after that, some people are expressing some difficulties in understanding the subject and in uploading the forms. So that is the reason, since Dr. Ranga Chandrashekhar sir is related to in charge of this total subject, I requested him. Then he voluntarily expressed that we'll conduct a webinar on that. We will also invite the concerned computer people also, how to upload the things and what is gap analysis. Actually, as per my analysis, is in simple way, I am telling what is gap analysis. Suppose I have to go to Delhi from Hyderabad to Hyderabad to Delhi in 48 hours. I missed my train. So I am to catch a bus from Hyderabad to Kazipet. From there, a train up to Nagpur. From that, again to Jhansi. Again from there to Itarsi. Again to there to Delhi. And in this, my total line, I have to report time to time to the person who invited me there to Delhi. So I am so and so place. I have delayed because of this reason. And only thing is you are expressing yourself that the reason for my delay to meet the requirement at the time required like that. The same this one schedule M is implemented, but the government of India is kind enough to extend for some time. At the same time, the government of India also asking the industry how much time you required, why you required, what is your present status, and when you are going to achieve. This report you write yourself, you satisfy yourself, and you upload in the government portal. This is the situation. So this thing, Dr. Ranga Chandrashekhar sir is going to explain you in detail. And please, we are also recording YouTube also later, so you can save that and you can forward to your friends and other industrial friends. Most of the today's participants are from industry, though our drug control officers are also there too. Now, I would like to give a brief. There is no introduction is necessary to Sri Chandrashekhar Garu, who was a colleague at Hyderabad once upon a time, and we seen him now at a top position, second top position in Delhi. Dr. Sri Chandrashekhar Ranga has more than 34 years experience in drugs control departments, including state and central governments in various capacities. He is currently not only Joint Drug Controller of India, he is also heading global clinical trials and drug safety, international cell, amendments to the subordinate legislation, e-governance, Ayush vertical, legal cell, etc. Further, he is the chairman of the technical committee of the strengthening of pharmaceutical industry scheme of the DOP and member in PPA. He is the central licensing approval authority for blood centers and blood components. Written confirmation certificate for exports of APIs to EU and for permissions issued for CDSCO portals. Earlier, he was the head of new drug and biologic. He played a key role in establishing relations with international regulatory agencies. He has initiated the e-governance program and intelligence cell at CDSCO. He was convener of various subcommittees of the DCC leading to notification of the rules. And before ending, friends, I would like to add you one more thing. Dr. R. Chandrashekhar was the youngest drug inspector when he recruited into combined Andhra Pradesh state. Over to Sri Chandrashekhar Garu. Thank you very much. Over to Chandrashekhar Garu.
Sorry, my mic was muted. So thank you, Kodeshwar Garu, for having me, inviting me to this webinar. So we have worked for a long time together in the state of AP when I was there. And then we have continued our association. And then, so you initiating this DCO IWA and then making it active. So I congratulate you. So during our discussion, so you brought forward various issues that are faced by the manufacturers for uploading the data, the gap analysis mainly, and also the application for requesting for extension of time for compliance with revised schedule M. So this was the topic that we have discussed, and during the discussion, so we discussed how we can help the manufacturers to file the applications and also to have an understanding of what gap analysis means. So accordingly, you have arranged this webinar. So thank you for that. Um, within a short time. So you are able to do this and also bring more than 200 participants. So I understand the participants are both from the manufacturers and the regulators, and this webinar is mainly focused for the purpose of the manufacturers for submitting their application for extension of time. However, so various issues that we may discuss may be of interest both for the regulators, because ultimately it is the state regulators who are going to implement the revised Schedule M requirements. As we all know, the good manufacturing practices under Schedule M have been revised, and now we call revised Schedule M. The notification was issued on 28th December 2023, and it was stated in the notification that the revised Schedule M will be applicable from 1 year, after 1 year from the date of notification. So accordingly, it should have been applicable from 28th December 2024. But however, so the Government of India and CDSCO have received various representations, not only from the manufacturing associations but also from the individual manufacturers, stating that the time of 1 year is not sufficient for them to comply with the revised Schedule M. So the government has considered that carefully, and they have agreed to extend the time for revised Schedule M. But however, if we see, this revised Schedule M was categorized into two baskets. One, for those manufacturers whose turnover is more than 250 crores, and other manufacturers whose turnover is less than 250 crores, that is the MSME. So for those manufacturers with turnover of more than 250 crores, the revised Schedule M is already applicable. So for those, there is no extension of time. So this is clear. So that is why, if even though those manufacturers would want to apply for extension, the online system that we have designed will not allow them to make their application, so that they will not be under the impression that they will get the extension. Now coming to those manufacturers less than 250 crores, so the Government of India thought that whoever has already complied with revised Schedule M, in the sense some might have uh, upgraded their facilities and complied with revised Schedule M during the last 1 year or so, and those manufacturers who are already are holding WHO GMP certification, and I can tell you that the revised Schedule M is at par with the WHO GMP requirements. So that is why, of course, there are certain areas where, so the WHO does not specify like area required for each of the section or so. But however, when you compare the requirements both in Schedule M and WHO GMP, so that we can say they are at par. So those manufacturers who have already complied with the revised Schedule M, those manufacturers who have already holding WHO GMP certificate, so we can expect that they have automatically complied with the revised Schedule M. But of course, depending upon certain category of drugs where now it is required to have dedicated facilities, that we come in those details we will discuss later. So these two classes, so those who are already complying with WHO GMP, those who have already upgraded, so for them, they think that they need not have they do not require more time for compliance with the revised Schedule M. So those people need not apply because they have already complied with the requirements. And the government, that is, the government does not know, CDSCO or the government does not know which of the manufacturers are complying with the revised Schedule M, which have not complied with the revised Schedule M, and who want time for compliance. So that is why, so the government has extended the time for compliance with the revised Schedule M only for those manufacturers who make a request. So here, everyone should understand that they have to make a request. For those who do not make the request, so the CDSCO will understand that so they have already complied and there is no need for them for extension of time. So then whoever, when there is an inspection for any purpose, whether for WHO purpose or whether risk-based purpose, then the revised Schedule M will apply. For those who apply, then if the application is complete, then the time will be extended till December 28th of this year. So this was the main purpose and background for not applying revised Schedule M extension across all the manufacturers. So again, I'm reiterating because this revised Schedule M is going to be implemented. I mean, the time for making applications online on ONDLS portal, the deadline is 10th May 2025. So we are already on 20, today is 26th. So hardly we have 2 weeks. So by the number of applications we have received and the number of manufacturers we expect that are under MSME category, so there is a hardly very small percentage of these manufacturers have applied. I do not know what is the reason for the large number of manufacturers that have not applied. So in one way, it is good to understand that all of them are complying. If they are not applied, that means they are complying with the revised schedule. So it is very heartening to say that so large number of manufacturers are complying with the revised schedule M until unless they apply in the next 2 weeks. So so when we were when I was discussing with Koti ji, then so we thought like he expressed that he received feedback from the manufacturers that there are certain problems, technical problems or software problems or whatever for submitting the application. That is one thing. Second thing is many people do not understand what does gap analysis means and what is expected from the gap analysis. So to address both these issues, so today we have organized this webinar. So our first main focus will be how to fill the application on ONDLS portal for submitting request for extension of time for revised schedule M compliance. That is the main purpose. Of course, during that, a gap analysis document has to be uploaded. So that also in brief we will discuss. So because the main purpose is how to upload the submit the application, then I requested our CDAC who has developed this process, online process, to make a live presentation on various steps to submit the application. So here we can broadly say there are 2 steps. One is creating your ID on the ONDLS portal, and the second one is to submit the application. So these 2 steps, so each one of the step, Mukesh is our CDAC from our CDAC team. So we'll give you a live demo, and because the main purpose is to understand this process, we will first complete this process, and then after that, so we will discuss so what all required, especially the gap analysis document that is expected to be uploaded. So how and what is the expectation that CDSCO is seeking from this gap analysis document, that we will discuss after the presentation from the CDAC. So I request now Mukesh from the CDAC to start his presentation on submitting this application and ONDLS. So Mukesh,
Good morning to all of you. Myself Mukesh. Today I am going to explain schedule extension for Schedule M. There are 2 steps to know this whole process. One, those who are not a user of ONDLS. So I will tell you how to register on our portal. So there are some, misunderstanding. There are some issues reported by user that they are not able to distinguish between the corporate and the corporate ID and the firm ID. So I'll explain each and everything. Apart from that, today I'll tell you how to submit Schedule M extension on ONDLS. So I just wanted to show you the actual presentation. So please give me a little bit time to demonstrate or present my presentation. Okay. So there are two sections. First of all, I want to show you what the extension Schedule M extension. I'm just going to show you in some of the test users, where you can find how this extension form is looking like on ONDLS.
मुकेश जी आपका स्क्रीन दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है आपने
सर जस्ट अ मोमेंट मैं शेयर कर रहा हूँ.
हाँ प्लीज.
Okay. So it's visual now.
या अभी दिख रहा है. थोड़ा फुल स्क्रीन कर देना.
Yeah, sure, sir. Now it's visual, sir.
हाँ हाँ दिख रहा है.
Okay. So see here, this is a login page. This is a login page of ONDLS. This is a test server, so I wanted to show you what the actual production server or the actual portal will show you. See, through sign-in, I would like to मैं इसमें डेमोन्स्ट्रेट ये करना चाहता हूँ कि किसी यूजर को अगर वो लॉगिन करना चाहता है तो उसके क्या-क्या स्टेप्स हैं. So the first step is to register in this through mobile number. So I'm just putting इस सर्वर पे मैं एक अकाउंट नंबर मैंने एक यूजर क्रिएट किया हुआ है. सो आई वांट टू शो यू.
Sorry to interrupt. Chandrasekhar sir, every 2 minutes you give a cover up talk on the subject what he is telling.
Yeah. Okay.
తర్వాత రిజిస్ట్రేషన్ చేసుకోమన్నారు.
So the first step, as you see, first log into the ONDLS portal. ONDLS portal, if you type in the Google, you will get this portal. Otherwise, you can, the URL is www.statedrugs.gov.in. And once you click onto that, you will have the home screen. And when on the right hand top corner, there is a sign in or sign up. So once you click that, so the screen that you are seeing, that will come at the bottom. You will have register if you are first time registration. So register, and when you click that, it will ask for the mobile number. Once the mobile number is entered, you get the OTP, and yes, you can see on the screen OTP. So you will receive the OTP on your mobile. That number you have to enter on the page. So then it will ask for the email address.
Yeah.
You have to enter preferably the company official email address. Okay, please do not enter your personal email addresses, because tomorrow if any communication is not seen, then it will be the responsibility of the individual. So instead of that, the official email address should be entered. So you submit that, the OTP will be sent to the email.
Sir, I'm just putting this OTP.
Yeah. So you open your email account, whichever you use. So you obtain the OTP from the email.
యూట్యూబ్ లింక్ ఉంది. యూట్యూబ్ లింక్ ఓపెన్ చేసుకోమంటున్నారు. ఒకవేళ ఇక్కడ జూమ్ మీటింగ్ లో పాల్గొండి మళ్ళీ దానికి అది
అమ్మా మీరెవరో మ్యూట్ చేసుకోండి అమ్మా, డోంట్ టాక్.
So that
Sir, just a moment.
so our Mukesh is trying to create an account. That is why he is filled up with his mobile number and his email, waiting for the OTP. This actually will be simple process if it is, because these are all dummy, so it is taking time. So otherwise these are like any other registration. So you can see that the OTP received by Mukesh, that number you copy and then paste and submit.
So this is the screen the registration purpose is showing. The first, if firm wanted to register themselves, then the firm will be checked. Otherwise, the technical person can use also through the same registration, like verifying the mobile number and their email ID. So अगर firm को करना है, then in that case, if you click over here, it is showing that constitution type. So there are various constitutions: cooperative, government, limited, LLP, partnership, one-person company, private. There are so many constitutions, showing. So if you click over partnership, then it will ask you the constitution PAN number. Depending on the constitution type, the system will ask you the constitution ID. the numbers. So it is already there. Like if you click on the trust, then it will ask you for PAN number. If you click on the one person company, then it will ask you for SIN number. So various constitutions has various. So it is already there in the system. So just you put जैसे मैं एक एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ कि अगर मुझे LLP करनी है तो वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन
Sir, requesting you to provide for private limited company, because we are facing for private limited companies if the portal is not accepting. Please explain
Fine.
for private limited companies.
Yeah, private limited company. Yeah, I am just choosing this private limited company as a constitution type. Then the system will ask you to put a SIN number.
So you have
So the
selected
valid
public
SIN number will
limited.
be entered here.
मुकेश वो प्राइवेट लिमिटेड के लिए मांग रहे हैं ना, वो प्राइवेट लिमिटेड कर दीजिए।
या प्राइवेट लिमिटेड मैंने किया है सर।
नहीं, ये पब्लिक का दिखाई दे रहा है।
ओह सॉरी या इट्स प्राइवेट लिमिटेड।
हाँ,
तो उसमें वो सिन नंबर मुझे डालना होगा। इफ आई पुट दिस सिन नंबर, see here is a catch, because see we are getting so many queries because there are some ambiguity to understanding this system. इसमें ये है कि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन टाइप अगर आप प्राइवेट लिमिटेड या तो वहां पे आपको एक कॉर्पोरेट आईडी क्रिएट होता है फर्स्ट टाइम। इफ you are putting the SIN number, then the corporate ID will be created, and in that case आपको एक कॉर्पोरेट आईडी क्रिएट होती है और नेक्स्ट टाइम इसी सिन नंबर को आप यूज करेंगे, द सेम नेम सिन नंबर विल बी यूज्ड, देन द फर्म आईडी विल बी क्रिएटेड। तो आपको यहाँ ये समझना है कि आपने क्या ऑलरेडी सिन नंबर डालकर क्रिएट किया है या दूसरी बार आप कर रहे हैं। So depending on that, you will create your account constitution. Then if you save and proceed, then आपकी account open हो जाएगी।
मुकेश एक मिनट है। So what Mukesh is telling is that in case it is a corporate account, so then there are two steps are there. First one is you choose the private limited that from the drop down menu, and then you enter the SIN number of the particular company. This SIN number, SIN means what? Corporate identification number issued by the registrar of companies. So when you have when you are registered with the registrar of companies, so they will give the RO certificate of incorporation, and along with that you will get this SIN number. The SIN number you have to put here, and then you submit, then you will proceed to the next step. हाँ, अभी बताइए।
राइट, तो मैं एक सिन नंबर यहाँ पे डालूंगा, द वैलिड सिन नंबर। तो मुझे एक डमी सिन नंबर लेंगे।
Mukesh sir, please unmute yourself. Hello.
मुकेश म्यूटेड हो गया शायद, देखो।
ओके या
अच्छा, ये क्वेश्चन मुकेश एक मिनट, एक क्वेश्चन एक आ रहा था इधर।
जी
जिसके पास सिन नहीं है तो फिर क्या करेगा? ऐसा कोई सिचुएशन है क्या जिसमें उनका पास सिन नहीं रहेगा?
सर, अगर सिन नहीं होगा तो पैन होगा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के लिए डिपेंडिंग ऑन देयर कि अगर वो किस टाइप के कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है।
एक बताओ,
जस्ट मैं एक्सप्लेन करता हूँ सर
एक मिनट एक बताओ कि सपोज प्रोपरेटर है तो सिंगल ओनली वन पर्सन है, सो उनका पैन इज ओके फॉर दैट,
राइट सर,
ओके।
आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग यू कि किस केस में पैन चाहिए और किस केस में आपको सीन चाहिए,
वो बता देना वो वाला, क्योंकि मेजर प्रॉब्लम्स आर कमिंग एट दिस पॉइंट, पीपल आर लिटिल बिट कंफ्यूज्ड, सो दैट इज व्हाई आप हर केस इसमें एक्सप्लेन कर देना।
राइट सर, मैं एक प्रेजेंटेशन शो कर रहा हूँ, इन दैट यू विल फाइंड दैट कि आपको किस किस कंडीशंस में और क्या क्या चीजें कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन आईडी के कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग क्या आपको नंबर्स चाहिए और क्या आपको वेदर इट इज अ पिन नंबर और सिन नंबर इज रिक्वायर्ड, पैन नंबर और सिन नंबर इज रिक्वायर्ड। सो मैं आपको वो प्रेजेंटेशन शो कर रहा हूँ।
पूरा हिंदी में दे दीजिए सर, आपका प्रेजेंटेशन पूरा हिंदी में दे दीजिए, अच्छा है।
ओके फाइन फाइन सर, फाइन। सो ये ऑनलाइन सिस्टम है, मेन पेज में यूजर रजिस्ट्रेशन के लिए कुछ स्टेप्स है, आई वांटेड टू शो यू दैट। लाइक मोबाइल नंबर और ईमेल वेरिफिकेशन होती है जो अभी मैंने करके दिखाया। देन अकाउंट टाइप में ये पूछा जाता है कि वेदर सर दिस प्रेजेंटेशन इज शोइंग टू यू, ओके। मेरा पावर पॉइंट प्रेजेंटेशन दिख रहा सर आपको?
नहीं, वो पेज ही दिख रहा है अभी।
ओके,
दिख रहा है।
now it's visible I think, okay। सो यूजर रजिस्ट्रेशन के लिए फर्स्ट अभी हमने स्टेप्स करा कि मोबाइल नंबर और ईमेल वेरिफिकेशन करनी है थ्रू ओटीपी। द नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज टू चूज द अकाउंट टाइप, like the firm and the technical person, depending on your registration you want to do। उसके बाद फिर अगर कॉर्पोरेट फर्म या टेक्निकल पर्सन करनी है देन उनकी पूरी डिटेल्स डालनी होती है। वो नेक्स्ट मैंने शो नहीं किया बट इट विल आस्क यू द होल डिटेल्स ऑफ दैट कॉर्पोरेट और फर्म और टेक्निकल पर्सन। उसकी डेमोग्राफिक डिटेल्स भी आप इस रजिस्ट्रेशन प्रोसेस में डालेंगे। then their registration summary or preview will be shown by the system। और उसके बाद ये सारे स्टेप्स कंप्लीट करने के बाद लॉगिन क्रेडेंशियल्स ईमेल के थ्रू आपको मिलता है। जो रजिस्टर्ड ईमेल आईडी हमने ओटीपी के थ्रू वेरीफाई करा उस पे वो मेल डिलीवर होती है, इन विच द लॉगिन आईडी एंड द उसकी क्रेडेंशियल्स उसमें भेजी जाती है। सो ये टेक्निकल मेंबर के रजिस्ट्रेशन के लिए पर्सनल डिटेल्स की कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन है। इस टेक्निकल रजिस्ट्रेशन के बाद ये जो नीचे डैशबोर्ड शो कर रहा है वो टेक्निकल पर्सन के रजिस्ट्रेशन के लिए शो कर रहा है, लाइक सेल्फ रिलीविंग, एड क्वालिफिकेशन, एड प्रोफेशनल एक्सपीरियंस एंड द टेक्निकल रजिस्ट्रेशन। कॉर्पोरेट के लिए ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन टाइप, डिपेंडिंग ऑन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन टाइप द सिस्टम विल आस्क फॉर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन आईडी और उसके कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग आपको वो आईडीज डालनी है। ये क्या क्या आईडीज है मैं इसके नेक्स्ट स्टेप में आपको बता दूं। So in what cases this PAN is required? For cooperative, PAN number will be required to register into the ONDLS system। देन गवर्नमेंट के लिए भी पैन नंबर की जरूरत है, पार्टनरशिप के लिए भी पैन नंबर की जरूरत है। हियर पार्टनरशिप में एंड प्रोप्राइटरी एंड पार्टनरशिप में आपको एक अकाउंट बनती है। ये थोड़ी कंफ्यूजन है इसलिए मैं इसको क्लेरिफाई करना चाहता हूँ एंड आई विल एक्सप्लेन फर्दर। देन ट्रस्ट के लिए भी पैन की जरूरत है, सोसाइटी के लिए भी पैन की जरूरत है। सो दीज पैन नंबर के लिए हमें ये 6 कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन आईडी के लिए पैन नंबर की जरूरत है। नाउ पार्टनरशिप एंड प्रोप्राइटरीशिप में अगर आप फर्स्ट टाइम अकाउंट ओपन करेंगे तो वो कॉर्पोरेट एंड द फर्म बोथ विल बी क्रिएटेड एट द सेम रजिस्ट्रेशन प्रोसेस। जैसे अभी मैंने रजिस्ट्रेशन आपको प्रोसेस दिखाया, अगर मैंने पार्टनरशिप चूज किया होता, इन दैट केस द कॉर्पोरेट आईडी एंड द फर्म आईडी विल बी क्रिएटेड एट द सेम प्रोसेस। लेकिन फॉर अदर केसेस लाइक अभी पब्लिक सेक्टर की पब्लिक और प्राइवेट की बात हो रही थी, इन दैट केस और ट्रस्ट सोसाइटी कोऑपरेटिव एंड गवर्नमेंट, इसके लिए आपको सेपरेट कॉर्पोरेट आईडी क्रिएट करनी है और फर्म आईडी क्रिएट करनी है। जो कॉर्पोरेट आईडी क्रिएट होगी वो फर्स्ट, अगर आप अपने पैन को डालेंगे देन कॉर्पोरेट आईडी फर्स्ट, वो कॉर्पोरेट आईडी क्रिएट होगी और नेक्स्ट टाइम उसी पैन को यूज करेंगे देन वो फॉर्म आईडी का फॉर्म रजिस्ट्रेशन होगा। इन थर्ड, अगर नेक्स्ट आपने किसी और साइट को रजिस्टर्ड करना है तो उसी पैन नंबर को करेंगे देन द डिफरेंट फॉर्म आईडी विल फॉर्म अकाउंट विल बी क्रिएटेड। तो ये पूरा का पूरा प्रोसेस है, तो ये चीजें आपको समझनी है यहाँ। दिस इज वन ऑफ द
I will just a moment. So the issue why these steps are made is because the same company might be having multiple units. In such cases, each site has to be registered under this ONDLS portal because the GMP is specific to the site. If there are two sites, then GMP will be specific for each of the site, and they have to register both the sites. And if they want extension for both the sites, then they have to file both the applications. So that is why initially, if it is a private limited or limited company, you put the SIN number, and once you submit, then your corporate ID will be created. So later, once the corporate ID is created, then you can register the individual sites. So that is why these multiple steps are there. But in case if there is only one site, then you can just fill one time and then proceed with the registration. So this is the difference. Hope
Hello.
it is clear.
Yeah, one more thing also there. I'm audible.
Uttam ji, bataiye.
Yeah, one more thing is that once you create the corporate, then password and your user ID will be send your mail. After corporate creation completely, then you can able to register your site. Otherwise, it will be site will be not created. So make sure once your corporate completely created, the username and password is generated in your account, then the site will be registration process will be started. And once the site is created, a user ID password will be sent to your on your mail account. And there is a one process also there that corporate has to be approve your site. Once the corporate approve their site through their login, then the site login will be started. So this should be make sure that first the corporate is registered, user and password is with you, then site is registered, user and password with you, then corporate has to be approved the site, then you can able to use the site facility. And your in site you can in the this schedule M is form is available only with the site, not with the corporate account.
तो उत्तम आप थोड़ा ये क्लैरिफाई करिए सबको कि कॉर्पोरेट के लिए एक यूजर आईडी होगा, साइट के लिए एक यूजर आईडी होगा, यही है ना?
Yes, the separate user ID for the corporate, separate user ID for the site.
So
and corporate is only the two activities required at the corporate end. The corporate account is used for add your director partner details, whatever the constitution member, and the second is to approve the site, your site account, so that genuine site be linked with your corporate.
ठीक है. So that means suppose there are two sites है, तो फिर एक कॉर्पोरेट आईडी होगा और दो साइट के लिए दो आईडी होंगे.
Yes.
Yes.
तीन आईडी होंगे. So I think the participants who are representing the companies, the major problem that they might be facing is in this aspect only. So otherwise, once these user IDs are created, then remaining else are very
Yeah, the other process is very simple, sir. I will
Yes.
show you कि वो कैसे फॉर्म में क्या क्या इनपुट्स हैं, that I will show you. But ये रजिस्ट्रेशन प्रोसेस में सिर्फ ये 2 स्टेप्स जो मैंने बताया, यहाँ थोड़ा सा लोगों की अंडरस्टैंडिंग कंप्लीटली नहीं है. So अभी मैंने पैन के लिए आपको बताया कि पैन के लिए what are the constitution ID is required, constitution type is required. एल्पिन के लिए लिमिटेड प्राइवेट पार्टनरशिप के लिए एल्पिन इज रिक्वायर्ड. देन 1 पर्सन कंपनी, प्राइवेट लिमिटेड एंड पब्लिक लिमिटेड के लिए सीन की रिक्वायरमेंट है. ओनली फॉर दीज कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन टाइप ओनली द सीन आईडी इज रिक्वायर्ड. गवर्नमेंट ब्लड सेंटर्स के लिए 10 इज रिक्वायर्ड. सो ये कुछ, और ये सिस्टम में भी इसी फैशन में है कि इफ यू चूज द 1 पर्सन कंपनी देन इट विल आस्क फॉर सिन नंबर. सो अभी जैसा उत्तम जी बता रहे थे, ही वाज टेलिंग दैट कॉर्पोरेट का डैशबोर्ड क्या होगा. तो कॉर्पोरेट का डैशबोर्ड, वन इज द डायरेक्टर बोर्ड मेंबर डिटेल्स इन विच यू कैन पुट द डायरेक्टर्स डिटेल्स. मिनिमम 1 डायरेक्टर इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर दैट. एंड फर्म अप्रूवल लिस्टिंग, इसमें आपके वो सारे फर्म जो आपके डाउनग्रेड साइट्स होंगे उसकी अप्रूवल की लिस्ट इसमें आएगी. देन यू हैव टू अप्रूव दोज फॉर्म्स. अगर वो एक बार अप्रूव हो जाएगी देन ओनली दैट फॉर्म विल वर्क ऑन अंडर दिस कॉर्पोरेट.
Sir,
तो
1
फिर
minute.
वो
Sir, after creating the SIN number, is this dashboard is appearing or after corporate dashboard flipping होने के बाद में site dashboard appear होता?
सर फर्स्ट अगर आपने सिन नंबर यूज किया फर्स्ट टाइम इन द सिस्टम, देन वो कॉर्पोरेट हमेशा क्रिएट होता है.
So site dashboard अभी नहीं आता, only corporate dashboard आता, वो fill up होने के बाद में site dashboard आता.
No. I'll tell you.
Okay.
Once you create your corporate account, the corporate dashboard has been created. Fine. So you can log in your corporate account and you can use the corporate features. Then you have to register site separately. So you have to go another registration for individual site. So use your new phone number, new email ID, and same SIN or PAN which used by corporate, and then you can register your site. After your registration of the site, your username password is generated and it will send to your registered mail ID. After that, the one notification is come at this corporate dashboard. You see that firm approval listing where you have to approve your using your corporate ID. The site has to be approved. Once the site is approved, then you can able to site login, and this below dashboard will be reflected where you have to file the schedule M form. Fine. Any question?
Yeah. Is there any query related to this process?
हेलो सर.
Yes.
मैंने कल रजिस्ट्रेशन किया.
मैडम को आपसे डिस्कस करके भेज दो.
हेलो.
Yes.
मैंने कल रजिस्ट्रेशन किया. मेल आईडी और वो पासवर्ड मुझे मैंने जो मेल आईडी डाला था उसी पे आ गया. उसके बाद में मैंने डायरेक्टर डिटेल्स डाले, लेकिन वो जो डायरेक्टर डिटेल्स डाले तो मुझे मैसेज आया था कि योर डिटेल्स सेंड टू स्टेट एफडीए. तो मैंने वो सेंड कर दे. अभी मेरे इसमें डैशबोर्ड पे खाली डायरेक्टर डिटेल्स और फर्म अप्रूवल ऐसे 2 ही दिखाई दे रहे. उसके आगे का प्रोसेस कैसे रहेगा?
Now you have to create another account for your site where your manufacturing site is registered. So now you have to create another site.
Sir, what is the procedure to create that site?
हाँ सर मैं बता दूं.
Same using same.
We log in register from पहले से आने का है क्या? Same means?
Same whatever the process.
इसमें प्रोसेस क्या है? जैसे आपने अकाउंट कॉर्पोरेट की क्रिएट की, कॉर्पोरेट और साइट का क्या डिफरेंस आप पहले इसे समझ लीजिए. सी कॉर्पोरेट और साइट में सिस्टम में अगर फर्स्ट टाइम उस कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन टाइप के अगेंस्ट में एक पिन नंबर या एल पिन नंबर या पैन नंबर, एल पिन नंबर एंड सिन नंबर कोई भी आप अगर डालते हैं वो दोबारा सेम आईडी यूज होगा. इन दैट केस वो साइट रजिस्टर्ड होता है. फर्स्ट टाइम अगर आप डालेंगे तो सिस्टम को ये पता है कि दिस इज द फर्स्ट टाइम दिस एल पिन और पैन नंबर इज एंटर्ड. तो इन दैट केस वो कॉर्पोरेट क्रिएट करता है ऑटोमेटिकली, आपको चूज नहीं करना होता है. अगर उसी पैन नंबर को दोबारा उसी पैन नंबर से आप दोबारा रजिस्टर्ड करेंगे, इन दैट केस वो साइट क्रिएट होता है और फिर थर्ड टाइम क्रिएट करेंगे देन वो साइट ही क्रिएट होगा. सो वन कॉर्पोरेट विल बी क्रिएटेड यूजिंग द सेम कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन आईडी और दोबारा जब डालेंगे देन वो, तो ये कॉन्सेप्ट एक्चुअली कॉर्पोरेट और साइट का है. फिर जैसा कि इसमें बताया कि जब आप साइट को रजिस्टर करेंगे, मतलब नेक्स्ट टाइम जब आपने एक अकाउंट बनाया यूजिंग द सेम आईडी, तो वो साइट होता है और देन उस साइट का एक लिंक कॉर्पोरेट के पास जाता है. जब वो वहां से अप्रूव होगा देन ओनली ये साइट एक्टिव साइट होगा और ही कैन अप्लाई फॉर शेड्यूल एम और ही कैन ऑल्सो यू नो ओल्ड लाइसेंस की एंट्री कर सकते हैं, प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट एंड द रेस्ट ऑफ द things he can do. So is it clear or you need clarity on this point? Yeah, Uttam ji, would you like to
Please go ahead. Please go ahead, Mukesh ji. Please go ahead.
Okay.
So I request every participant, if you are having doubts, you can note down on your paper and you can ask at the end of the session.
Okay. Yeah. So I wanted to show you what the exactly schedule M में क्या क्या inputs होते हैं और वो कैसे show करता है. I would like to tell you about that, the real demonstration.
Speaker sir, unmute and speak. Mukesh, you muted. Krishna, what happened?
Sir, presentation is not being presented by the presenter. He is on unmute only.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Just I am showing you some of the schedule M.
Chandrashekhar sir.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. So Mukesh ji, my question is
Yes, sir.
is the entire registration process complete and understood by everyone? Because this is more important rather than the remaining steps.
Right, sir. So is there any query from the participant regarding this registration process? So वो please पूछे. I'll ask their query.
If anyone is having any issue with registration, you ask now. The remaining steps, that is after post registration, that we will those questions will take at the end of that session. So everyone, all doubts are clear regarding registration.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
ठीक है. Okay. Then आपका मुकेश आपका बाकी का कर देना.
सर मेरा दिखाई दे रहा है स्क्रीन?
नहीं.
ओके फाइन सर.
क्या आपको वो लाइव वो है क्या अपना टेस्ट सर्वर में है?
हाँ टेस्ट सर्वर में आई जस्ट वांटेड
हाँ
टू
वो
शो,
बता देना.
एक मैंने अकाउंट में लॉगिन किया है, सो टेस्ट सर्वर पे.
So you see on the screen once you register and log in. So this is the screen you will be getting.
Yeah, this is the screen of manufacture of drugs. इसमें the last tile is extension form for Schedule M. So you have to click on this form, this tab. Then ये application for grant of extension of compliance with revised GMP, where applicants के form details यहाँ show करेंगे. Then it will ask for turnover. तो आपको यहाँ अपने turnover डालने हैं. Like if it is 2 crore, then you just put here. So it will tell you कि 2 crore turnover है. Then licenses, अगर आपने ONDLS पे कोई लाइसेंस डाला है तो वो ऑटोमेटिकली यहाँ शो करता है और वो उसके स्टेटस भी शो करता है. अदरवाइज यू कैन ऑल्सो ऐड लाइसेंस ओवर हियर, लाइसेंस नंबर, फॉर्म नंबर एंड वैलिडिटी. अगर वो डालेंगे, उसे सेव करेंगे, देन ये एडिशनल लाइसेंस डिटेल्स में शो करेगा, विच इज नॉट इन ONDLS सिस्टम. तो यहाँ से अपने लाइसेंसेस की डिटेल्स डाल सकते हैं. एंड देन वेदर डू यू हैव WHO और COPP सर्टिफिकेट, इट विल कास्ट. इफ यू पुट यस, देन वो सर्टिफिकेट की डिटेल्स आपको डालनी है. अगर नहीं है तो यू जस्ट पुट हियर नो. द फिफ्थ वन इज फाइल अपलोड. लाइक इसमें प्लान डॉक्यूमेंट्स PDF के, इसमें जितने भी फाइल्स है वो PDF आपको अपलोड करने हैं. द प्लान डॉक्यूमेंट, इक्विपमेंट, लैब, HVAC system, utilities, technical staff documentation, and other documents. Point number 6 is plan a strategy for compliance. यहाँ पे आप इस selection में देखेंगे there are various selection points where you can put your details like plan doc, equipment, lab equipment, HVAC. जैसे आपने प्लान डॉक जैसे ही एंटर करा, देन आपको चारों क्वार्टर की डिटेल्स इसमें डालनी है. योर प्लान शुड बी इसमें आपको डालने हैं द डिटेल्स ऑफ Q1, Q2, 3 and 4. दीज ऑल आर मैंडेटरी फील्ड्स. तो आपको चारों क्वार्टर के आपको प्लान डालने हैं. देन सेव कंप्लायंस डिटेल. इफ यू सेव दिस डिटेल्स, मैं एक आपको कंप्लायंस सेव करके दिखा रहा हूँ. यहाँ जैसे मैंने प्लान डॉक्यूमेंट में डाला तो Q1, 2, 3 and 4 इसकी डिटेल्स आ गई. उसके बाद फिर अभी इक्विपमेंट्स में डालने मुझे, तो हियर उसकी कोई एंट्री नहीं है. जब आप जैसे ही आपने इक्विपमेंट पे क्लिक करा, इफ यू एंटर Q1, 2, 3, 4 की डिटेल्स डालेंगे और सेव करेंगे तो वो इक्विपमेंट में शो करेगा. सो दिस इज अ प्रीव्यू वी कैन से कि क्या क्या आपने एंट्री कर रहा है, उसकी डिटेल शो करेगा. देन एक्सटेंशन टाइम रिक्वायर्ड फॉर कंप्लायंस, इट इज शोइंग दैट नॉट बियॉन्ड 1st Jan. तो आप इसमें एक्सटेंशन डेट इसमें डालकर उसकी एंट्री करनी है. If any other file is required for justification of time required for compliance, then you can also put here. Then undertaking or save करनी है. This is the simplest process. This is only the process. सिर्फ इतना ही फॉर्म में आपको एंट्री करना है. So it will be submitted to the DCGI. This document and the your form application will be submitted to DCGI. So this is all about extension, Schedule M extension form on ONDLS. Chandrashekhar sir, would you like to tell about anything on this form? Chandrashekhar sir, am I audible? So is there any query related to this form from any of participants?
Sir,
Yes. Hello.
sir, please unmute yourself, sir.
हाँ ठीक है. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank
You
you,
are audible now.
Mukesh. Thank you, Mukesh. That now you have shown the entire process. The first step is registration. The second step is how to fill this form. I'll give you some brief on what are the details of the gap analysis, what is the expectation, and before that, any query is there on the entire process that was shown by Mukesh till now. So we will go to the details of those documents a little bit later. So we'll complete this part of submitting this application. Any queries on that? I see some hands raised.
మళ్ళీ మాట ఎందుకు పోతుంది?
I have one query, sir. You see, hello.
Yeah.
Regarding this equipment, if we are having 3, 4, 5 numbers of categories like oral liquid, tablets, this and that way, so we have to mention the category wise.
Yeah, that I'm coming to. I'm coming to that. That details I will come. I'm asking whether there is any query on the registration process. The registration process that we have seen, creating user ID for the corporate, creating user ID for the site.
Okay. Once you are creating user ID, is the same ID, same mail ID for use the same site?
No. I don't think it will allow the same email ID. It will not allow. You have to have separate email IDs.
Yeah. Separate email ID and mobile number will be required for each account.
For corporate as well as the site also.
For single site also. Private limited company for single site also.
Yes, because the corporate is expected to be managed by the management, that is the ownership, and in case the site, it is expected to be managed by the technical people. That is why we have created this process of separate email IDs and mobile numbers for corporate and sites.
Hello. Sir, I have one question.
Yeah.
Sir, I am in my firm. I am one of the technical person, and I am one of the directors as well.
Okay.
So, but initially I have created my account in the name of technical person, and now I was looking that if it is possible, that can I have a same common account for technical person and firm, the same mobile number?
No, sir. It is not. I mean, the system will not allow you to use the same email ID and mobile number with two different accounts.
But sir,
तो आपको ये दो अलग-अलग डालने पड़ेंगे.
सर, बट जो ONDLS का जो एक PDF डॉक्यूमेंट जो साइट पे अपलोड हुआ है, उसमें एक थर्ड ऑप्शन है. पहला ऑप्शन तो है फर्म का रजिस्ट्रेशन, सेकंड ऑप्शन है टेक्निकल पर्सन का रजिस्ट्रेशन, और थर्ड ऑप्शन है इफ द टेक्निकल पर्सन एंड डायरेक्टर आर सेम, इफ सेम, तो वो कॉमन रजिस्ट्रेशन कर सकता है वो PDF डॉक्यूमेंट में.
सर उसमें ये देखना है कि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन आईडी आप क्या यूज कर रहे हैं, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन टाइप क्या यूज कर रहे हैं. एज आई टोल्ड यू कि कॉर्पोरेट
उसमें प्रोप्राइटर का केस में एक ही फोन नंबर से रजिस्टर कर सकता है.
यस प्रोप्राइटरशिप एंड पार्टनरशिप में आप अकाउंट सेम आईडी और मोबाइल नंबर से दो अकाउंट क्रिएट ऑटोमेटिकली सिस्टम करता है, आपको अलग से नहीं करनी चाहिए.
नहीं सर, अगर प्राइवेट लिमिटेड भी है, इफ आई एम वन ऑफ द डायरेक्टर्स एंड आई एम वन ऑफ द टेक्निकल पर्सन आल्सो, तो कॉमन मोबाइल नंबर नहीं हो सकता?
नहीं, अभी सिस्टम में अलाउ नहीं.
1 minute sir, 1 minute. Chandrasekhar sir.
हाँ.
One question to you sir. See, this is created by a separate system or it is involving with you only?
I did not understand.
Sir, this everything, this ONDS, this system is developed within the knowledge of our department or it is a separate department?
No. This is our ONDLS only.
Sir, I will tell one simple thing. Instead of asking so many code numbers, this one, can't you ask the license number? Is it not enough, sir? If they enter the license number. This is an application. Please, sir, please let me finish. Because people are ready to submit, they are breaking their heads. Even now also I am getting, after seeing all this, so many, I never heard this much questions in the chat box, and people are also asking. Everything is confusion, sir. Please, it is the time to make it simpler way. Just ask the license number. That is enough. Treat this license number as a code, and they will submit to that code whatever they want to submit in Form A or something you are telling. See, this numbers, the list of directors, list of partners, this one, this one. I think it is literally one has to appoint a separate technical person for software, it seems to be, for medium scale and small scale companies. Even big companies also, I am seeing, they are also under severe confusion, sir. Please try to minimize all these things and make a single paper with a single code. That then only your purpose will serve, sir. People are ready, but they are breaking their unable to meet your requirement. What you said now. Over to you, sir.
Okay, noted your point. The issue is that so this process has been created not for this purpose. This process has been created for registration of any manufacturer on ONDLS portal, even for the grant of licenses, for grant of additional products, and change of technical staff. So this process is there for those states which are already on the system, who are processing applications online for manufacturing licensing. So the same process has been adopted here also. So that the problem here is, we until unless we ask these details, we will not know who is the genuine person and who is not the genuine person. Now, if we don't ask the site email ID and mobile number, so there will be someone who will be submitting this application. We don't know whether it is a genuine person or not genuine person, and the name of the company, whether it is their own company or some dummy person has created a account. So to avoid all these things, this has been the same process which is already there uh, for the states. So the same process has been adopted here. But we'll also examine. Talk to my team. We'll also examine if we can simplify this process, because Uttam
And
is the architect
one
of
more
this.
suggestion, sir. One more suggestion. You
Yes.
can open a counter at state HODs at the nearest. Let them come through that, so that whatever the information they have, they will go with and sitting in the state HOD, and from there they will upload. Why don't
Mm.
you process the second option also?
Mm. That also we'll examine all these options, which we will
I
examine.
think my request is genuine, sir. I feel.
Okay. I understand the problem. I understand the problem. So now coming back, it should be clear that the first step is registration of the corporate, and then registration of the site. And the email IDs and the mobile numbers for the corporate, and the email ID mobile number for the site should be different. We will see if we can cut short any of these steps to make it much simpler. उत्तम प्लीज आप नोट कर लीजिए। इफ इसके अलावा और कोई इंफॉर्मेशन अभी हम खत्म कर सकते हैं क्या? मिनिमम इतना इंफॉर्मेशन लेके फिर कैन वी अलाउ देम टू फाइल द एप्लीकेशन। आप वो देख लीजिए, सो दैट टाइम शॉर्ट है, ये इस 2 हफ्ते के लिए हम कुछ कर सकते हैं क्या? एंड कमिंग बैक टू द एप्लीकेशन जो सबमिशन प्रोसेस, मुकेश थोड़ा स्क्रॉल कर देना ऊपर से।
Yes.
हाँ, तो ये फॉर्म एप्लीकेशन डिटेल्स वो तो ऑटोमेटिक ला जाएगा। तो नंबर 2, सीरियल नंबर 2 एक है टर्नओवर। इसके टर्नओवर मोर देन 250 करोड़ आर नॉट अलाउड, एंड लेस देन 250 करोड़, वहाँ पर लेस देन 250 करोड़ इज द मैक्सिमम अमाउंट यू कैन एंटर हियर। So once that is submitted, then you can proceed to the third step. Third step, जो licenses which are you have already mentioned during registration, those licenses details will be fetched here. So that also there is no issue here in submission. Then going to serial number 4. A COPP certificate is the current valid COPP. That is the intention. If you have valid COPP, then you can submit. Otherwise, you can say no. And the next step is file uploads. Here the here the purpose of asking these details is, so what is your plan now? When we have designed this was in the first week of January. Now we are almost in the last week of April. So almost 4 months have been completed out of the 1 year that has been maximum of 1 year that has been extended by the government. So now you have only 8 months. 8 months is the first quarter is completed. The second quarter, 1 month is already completed. So you have 2 months, May, June, in the second quarter. Afterwards, 3 quarters. So what you have to do is that each of the each of the categories, that is the equipment. That equipment here means manufacturing equipment. Lab equipment is the what you require in that analytical laboratory. The HVAC system, the utilities includes water, maybe air, or maybe nitrogen, or any other chiller, all those things. Of course, the chiller is coming under HVAC. Any other utility that you may need in your facility, those, the technical staff, what is the current technical staff, the documentation, and others. So you have to first carry out a gap analysis. So what is the gap analysis? Your current status. So what is the current status? For example, now you are having a HVAC system wherein it is a 5 micron filtered air that you are providing. The the requirement under revised schedule M would be, so zero point 0.3 micron uh, terminal HEPA filter. So that is what required. So this is the gap. The upgradation of your HVAC system from the current 5 micron filtered air, which is at the plenum probably, and the zero point 0.3 micron terminal HEPA filter. So this is the gap that you have to fill. So when in the same manner, the entire HVAC system that is required for operating your facility. So your facility might be having various sections. One is general section, one is beta lactam, one is steroids, one is oncology. So one is cytotoxic. Oncology, that is the same thing, cytotoxic. So likewise, one is hormonal. So in all these sections are expected to be dedicated. So your HVAC system should be designed to provide a filtered air, and at the requisite temperature, uh, at the requisite uh, quality. Uh, so to all these sections without cross contamination. So that is the requirement. So what is the current status, and this is the requirement. So how you are going to fill up this requirement? That means you have to upgrade your HVAC system, and how much time is it is going to take. So you have to discuss with your vendors, and then what is the upgradation that is need to be done. So what is the infrastructure that need to be upgraded. So you have to ask them the design, and then to upgrade to the zero point 0.3 micron clean terminal, and then validation. So these are the steps. So so how much time for each step is needed, and you have to plan that it should be completed by December of this year. And in each of the 8 months, so how you are going to plan and complete. So this is the gap analysis and the plan document. So that is the plan document here means. So in each of the quarters, so now first quarter is completed, the second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. So that's only 3 quarters that are left. In each of the quarters, in each of the categories that it was mentioned here, equipment, lab equipment, HVAC, utilities, etc. So what is the gap, and then how much you are planning to complete within the quarter wise. So that is the plan document that you have to submit. And likewise, if you see the equipment, so what are the equipment currently you are having, and whether there is a requirement based on the revised schedule M that the equipment need to be upgraded, and if so, whether when you are going to place the order for the equipment, and once you place the order, there will be time for delivery, because these days all the equipment manufacturers are engaged. They are asking for, even for small things like pass boxes, uh, they are asking for 6 months time for delivery of this dynamic pass box. So if you don't make an order now, you will not be able to complete December. So once you get the equipment, placing the order, uh, when what is the tentative date for receiving the equipment, and then third one is installation of this equipment. Fourth step is validation of this equipment. So broadly, these are steps. There might be more steps or less steps depending upon the situation. So all this you have to fit in this 8 months window, that is 3 quarters, and give your plan. So, for example, dynamic post box is there. So you say in the second quarter you place the order, third quarter you will receive, or fourth quarter you will receive, and then you will install and do the validation. So that is the plan you have to give under the equipment. So this gap analysis that you have to do for all the type of equipment that is needed in the manufacturing facility, depending on the number of sections that you have, and the uh, number of sections you have, and what is required to be done based on the gap analysis. So coming back to मुकेश, थोड़ा ऊपर चले जाना, ये वाला इक्विपमेंट के बाद ये लैब इक्विपमेंट है. दिस इज द थर्ड वन इज लैब इक्विपमेंट. So now it is required that many of the tests have to be done in house. For example, HPLC, if your HPLC is there or not, sometimes you might have TOC is required. So likewise, uh, your equipment, your lab equipment has to be, gap analysis has to be conducted. So similarly, place order, receive, validation. The HVAC system I have already told. Utilities will be main part of the utility will be water system. What is the current water system that you have? So every all the water system has to be a circulating loop होना चाहिए. Uh, the drinking, I mean potable water, or the sterilized water for injection quality. So if whatever quality that you require, those things, gap analysis has to be conducted accordingly. Again, the same thing. What is the plan for what is the gap when you place the uh, order for additional filling up the gap, and then installation, and then validation. Likewise, coming to technical staff, what are the technical staff that you are having right now, both qualified as well as the competent, experienced. Sorry. So you have to assess based on your turnover, the volume of the work you have, whether these technical staff is adequate. If they are adequate, okay, you can say that I have these 4 or 5 people, technical staff who are qualified, experienced, and these they are adequate for the volume of the work we have based on your own assessment. If they are not adequate, so I want to employ 1 or 2 more technical staff, and within these quarters I would be employing these people. Likewise, the documentation is the most critical of all these things, because there are lot number of documents which are required to be generated for compliance with the revised schedule M, because there are so many new concepts that have come, like pharmaceutical quality system, PQS. This quality system concept was there in WHO, but it was not there in the previous schedule M. Now once we introduce this quality system, there are a lot of documents that need to be generated. So how you are going to generate this documentation? in which quarter, which module, like quality system. Another would be risk assessment, uh, likewise validations, likewise many other aspects, so that are required, and those things are mentioned clearly in the revised schedule M. So you have to identify these gaps. What are the documents? Like for example, site master file is there. So if the site master file is not there, then you have to prepare a comprehensive site master file. So these are the documents that need to be uh, generated. And so in the 3 quarters, so what all documents you are going to uh, complete, and by the you will be ready by the end of this year. So likewise, any other which have been left out in other than this, that can be mentioned under other documents. So next, coming to serial number 6, मुकेश थोड़ा ऊपर करना. हाँ, सीरियल नंबर 6 में जैसे कि मुकेश ने एक्सप्लेन किया था, so you choose any of this one, and then quarter wise, so whatever the gaps you have identified and whatever the plan that you have arrived at, you upload in any of this quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4, so that by the end of the year you will complete compliance with the revised schedule. और चले आगे चले. So once you have uploaded these documents, uh, so you can save the application, and also you have to give the justification of the time required for compliance. That is the same thing that you have, because you have already done the gap analysis. The whatever gap that you have identified and the time required for each of the gap to be filled, that will be the justification that you can upload here. So and then you submit the undertaking, and you submit the application. You save the application, and or scroll करना नीचे मुकेश. So then it will be saved here, and और नीचे.
No, that's it, sir. The
That's
same
all.
option is there.
ये submit का button यही है.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So you save the application, is submitted.
Yeah, once the applicant will submit here, then save here, then this application will be submitted to CDS.
Yes. So someone was asking the question, why ये quarterly क्यों नहीं क्यों कर देना है? The reason why we are asking quarterly, because we have seen in the past, हम अभी 2000, this is not the first time the schedule M has been revised. If you see, the last schedule M was expected to be implemented in 2002. What? So every 6 months, the people were asking, we are not ready, please extend. So likewise, they were, many of them were not making any efforts, and that is why the time for extension was given every 6 months. It was extended. It was taken 3 years for ultimately the government to decide that we will not extend any further. So here, if because the compliance to revised schedule M cannot be done overnight or in 1 week or 1 month, so it requires thorough gap analysis, planning, implementation, and validation. So these many steps are there. So until unless you don't plan in advance, and you don't give sufficient time for each of the steps, so it will be not possible for completing within this year. And if at all there will be inspection, whether it will be routine inspection or risk based inspection, then the facility will be found not to be compliant, and then so your facility may face any of the regulatory actions. In such a case, uh, the action may be even suspension of the license. We don't know, depending upon uh, how what is the percentage of the gap that you have filled. So that is why we have asked you. This is for your own benefit. The manufacturer himself has to understand, because many of the manufacturers are not technocrats. So many of them, they come from other backgrounds. So they are not fully aware about the Schedule M requirements. So that is why they themselves, if they do the gap analysis, they will understand that this is the work that has to be done by me, and will plan accordingly. So if you don't do this, then as I said earlier, there will be problem for complaints at the end of the year, and again the same problem will be there. Either you will be asking for extension, or you have to close down and then do the upgradation. So that is the main purpose of asking the uh, quarterly plan of compliance. Abhi Puche, any other questions that you want to ask?
Sir,
If there are separate,
there are so many hands lifted in the chat box. This one
then they are
and
not showing the hands, even the question is answered.
and
I am going through the questions in the chat box.
yes.
So, and accordingly,
One more thing, sir.
hmm,
After all making all efforts, if somebody is failed to upload within the time, do you allow them to send a hard copy by post to you? In worst cases, in last cases, on behalf of the manufacturers, I am asking.
that because I am not the authority, so that will certainly tell when the time comes. But someone also can give a representation on behalf of any association or individual also. There is no, someone asked this question, there's a format for uploading all documents. There's no format. So you have to do the gap analysis. Gap analysis you have to do, and then uh, divide the work into 3 quarters, or whichever time that it takes, and submit the document.
I have one question, sir. Hello.
Someone is asking, I'll come to you. I'll come to you. Someone is asking, I am having WHO GMP, whether I should fill it. So, as I told earlier, the device schedule M requirement is at par with the WHO GMP. So, when you are complying with the WHO GMP, there is no requirement of you asking for extension of the time. I mean, seeking more time for compliance. Then what is left? If you are holding WHO GMP, then when you do the gap analysis, it will be nil. There will be no gap at all. In such a case, what is the purpose of asking the more time? If you have two different units, the difference of different units means different licenses. One unit means one license. So if you are having two licenses, those are two different units. Then both of them have to be complied with device scheduler. If it is only one license, two buildings, suppose in many cases that we see, there is a compound, so there will be different blocks, but the license will be the same. That is treated as only one license, and it will be one unit, and application has to be one. License is based on the application should be based on the license rather than the blocks or. So someone is asking whether any we have got license recently, whether revised schedule M is applicable. This is applicable for everyone. So even if you have got the license recently, that means you should have already complied with the revised schedule M. Otherwise, you have to seek time, and then if you want to more time, then you have to make the application. Regarding registration partnership, that already has been answered. So the gap analysis should be for the entire site, and the gap that you have identified has to be divided quarter wise, which quarter what you want to complete. So why do you have to fill the 4 quarters that I have mentioned? Now one quarter is completed, so you can say that already not applicable, and the remaining 3 quarters you have to mention of what is the work that you will be complying. ONDLS license number does not have separate license. It will be the same manufacturing license number. In
Questions are pumping, sir. Questions are pumping.
RO system loop, yes, loop is required. No format. So these are the questions that I can see from here. Now, if you have any other questions, you can what all that are mentioned in the this chat box. I have already answered. So this is applicable for everyone. Someone is asking whether it is applicable to the UT or something. It is applicable throughout India, and UT also is a part of India. So I am again reiterating the last as on date, the deadline for submitting the application is March 10th, because
May
when
10th.
May 10th, May 10th. So when you have made this process, the notification is expected to come on in the first week of January. So we have given till March, but there was a delay in giving the notification because the government has not decided at that time. So 3 months from the date of the Gazette notification for extension, so that 3 months will be completed by May 10th. Revised Schedule M applicable for annual turnover up to 2 crores. Of course, there is no limit on the turnover. Whether even if you don't manufacture, you have uh, you have to comply with the revised Schedule M. Is this process offline for UT of Daman? No, this is not offline for UT, because here the exemption is given only by the DCGI. So if you give the application to the any of the state licensing authorities or state drug controllers, so that application will not be able to reach to DCGI. To avoid all these things, so we have created this online process, and this application will be directly received to the DCGI, and a acknowledgement will be given. So those people who get the acknowledgement, so they can show to the inspectors who come for inspection for various purposes that they have been granted extension till December, and the old earlier Schedule M requirements will be applied to them, and for those who uh, otherwise, the revised Schedule M requirements will be applied.
Thank you, sir. So we spent almost a continuous 1.5 hours now, and I feel this is a endless subject. And based on the responses from the audience, we would like to have one more webinar after a gap with the questions raised, that we will make a separate tabular form and we will forward to Chandrasekhar sir, and that we make into a presentation like that, and we will try to bring to in front of you as early as possible. Meanwhile, I requesting all the participants to send your complete details like name, your phone number, your designation, your company name and email ID, so that we will try to send you e-certificate on your name, participation certificate. And also we will record the list of participants and your comments also, and we will try to, because we are trying to bring regulators and industry people to a common platform to make a good, I can say what Chandrasekhar sir is telling, good governance. So this is the first attempt what we did on behalf of Drugs Control Officers India Welfare Association. And thank you. And I rest of the things over to Parmanand Verma to present vote of thanks, please. Krishna.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. It is very glad to be welcomed you all by DCOAWA for 7th webinar in the series held by the webinar series held by the DCOAWA. I, Krishna Kumar Ramat, DA at Gout of NCT Delhi, take this opportunity to give the vote of thanks for this webinar. On behalf of organizing committee, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to each and every of you for making this webinar successful and very informative, which is very informative. On behalf of everyone, I extend our deepest gratitude to the speaker, Mr. R. Chandrashekhar sir, JDCI, CDSCO, for delivering wonderful insights on gap analysis of revised Schedule M. And also thanking Mr. Uttam sir and Mr. Mukesh sir for demonstrating ONDLS portal on the on this webinar. A heartfelt thanks to the organizing team for their dedication and hard work behind this conducting this webinar. Thank you once again and have a great day ahead. So before concluding this webinar, I request everyone to stand on your own positions for the national anthem. Sir, turn off, Mukeshji, turn off your presentation.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल वंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you, everyone. Over to Koteshwara sir and Paramanand ji.
Yeah, close it.